as the rain continues, the Pea River continues to rise with an expected crest of over 40 feet. Flood stage is 30 feet, so this is, of course, well above flood stage. So people in the Smith Avenue, Riverview, and the other low-lying areas are urged to evacuate to safety now. Again, the water is rising. It's rising pretty fast. So again, Got 3101 WZTZ. Hey, this breaking in just into us. The levee has broken. Again, it's early Saturday morning, but listen to me, people. The levee has broken near the elementary school on the Troy Highway, and water is now rushing into the downtown area. Please, people, get out now. This is serious. Evacuate now for your own safety. Again, the levee has broken. All of that water that was outside of town is now rushing inside the town. It's now rushing into the downtown area. The water is rising fast. Get out now. It is rushing into the downtown area.
My whole family was totally wiped out as far as personal things. We got each other, and that's what's important is the family. Personal things can be replaced, so we'll come back. Elba's a strong community, and the people in Elba survive, and we just need y'all's prayer.
I was in town, and the first thing I saw coming was a ice machine floating through the middle of the road. So I went to check on some older people that lived in my neighborhood, and I went and made sure they were all out, and then the water came in, so the only thing I could do was just swim out. So I knew that because the sewage system would have a lot of pressure sucking in, I decided to swim down the street, and so I swam out on the car wash side of town, and a trooper picked me up.
Ronnie Ginwright motored his boat past his TV repair business and his wife's beauty shop. The loss left him in tears.
I can't talk.
And it took us 3 days before they would let us back in town to look at our businesses, and it was total devastation in the shop because the windows broke out in both of my husband and I's business. Ronnie had a TV repair shop and I had a beauty shop, and the windows were broken and all the stuff floated out. He had a fishing tackle business up front and a TV shop in the back, and all that fishing tackle was hanging all over the square in different trees, lures everywhere, and of course all of my stuff was completely destroyed. And I was fortunate enough that another lady opened her shop and let me work, so I was back at work within a couple of weeks.
Country 101 WZTZ, Keith Whitley. And I wonder, do you think of me? Boy, the last few days have just been, wow, what do you say? Anyway, as we continue to keep you informed and updated on what's going on in the, I guess you could say, recovery efforts from this major disaster, much of which none of us have ever seen. Let me update you and tell you a disaster relief shelter has now been set up at the First Assembly of God Church on Highland Drive here in Elba. The American Red Cross is there on hand. They've got clothes and supplies for residents, and also I believe they're also working on serving hot meals as well. There again, that's a disaster relief shelter, is now open, has been set up at the Elba First Assembly of God Church on Highland Drive. The American Red Cross is on hand. And
I remember that First Assembly was the only place actually the whole town depended on First Assembly. They opened the doors for everybody to come there, and we was able to get food and water, and the church was just, I don't know what we would have done without First Assembly of God being there for us.
And our church was the only church in town that was not flooded. So our church was used for many purposes. The First Baptist used our church for their worship and used it for their daycare. The Senior Citizens used our church. The Red Cross used our church. We had a revival before the flood, and a evangelist told us during that revival that our church would be a lighthouse to this community. Little did we all know how true that would be just in a few short weeks.
Can you sing that? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved